See my dad up here too. Yeah, dad is up here. He's somewhere up there. 76. Doc, you remember which one my dad was on?
It's one of the ones on the bleachers.
On the
Right
bleachers?
here.
That was before my time.
Right there, 76.
76, like top right, third one.
The day his father passed, and it was just shocking, just really shocking. But I think Kishawn was about 7 when his father passed. And then he come to stay with me and my husband, and my son Vance was here.
He lost Big Ira at an early age, and they've seen what happened to his classmates and teammates of youngsters that didn't have a father, whether he was alive or dead, but wasn't participatory in his life.
Just the fact that after losing his father, I feel like he was just like a little strong person that just kind of kept it together. Not just, to be so young, he kept it together for me.
He was a great father. He looked out for me, he cared for my family, especially my mom and sister, and me, and my older brother. And he just did everything he could while he was here for us. He sacrificed.
Because he would always say, Mama, help take care of my kids, So we done what we had to do as grandparents because we know that his father wasn't around, so we know that we had to step up. So that's what we done.
My grandfather stepped up as a father figure, so that part was there, and then I had my uncles around, and then, I didn't miss anything. They was on me about everything, school, football, and just led me in the right direction. And I'm here today. I'm doing great with it so far, and I thank my grandparents each and every day.
And his father did want to see him go further into football, if he could. That's what he really, really wanted for him. And if you was a McClain, you was gonna play football. That was in your blood and was in your genes. You was gonna play football if you was a McClain.
Rosemary takes it, man. We're making football players over here. We're making football players. It's all right there.
He loved to play football. You would have to ask him to come in the house to eat because he loved it.
Yeah, this is my old high school car right here. Right here. My little Mazda, man. Who I grew up at right here. My grandpa used to drive. He take me to high school in this sometime, like my freshman, sophomore year. In Pontiac, yeah. Ready? It's more than just football to me. It's family, my son, and just, he just made me want to chase my dream more.
When he was like 3 years old, we bought him his first Dallas Cowboy football suit. And he would get out there and he would get in that suit and he would play and he would play. She used to take me to my older uncle's practices, and then I used to just sit there and just watch them practice, just throw the ball, and then my uncles would come home and we'd just go right in the front yard and just suit up. I used to wear their helmets, shoulder pads, and just we used to tackle each other hard on the concrete, whatever. We didn't care.
Football and sports was always just an outlet for us. We were fortunate enough to live right across the street from the school that we grew up watching our family play, our older family. And
even in 6th grade, after his principal, she told me, she said, he's gonna do great things. She said, not just football, I know he's good at that. She said, but he's really well. In school, he's good, he's a good student.
I feel like football would really just, I could say, save me from around here, because, it's around in Rosenberg, it's kind of easy to get into the wrong crowd, and I had family that stuck by my side, friends,
I pushed him, and I pushed him. Some people tell me, hey, you're pushing him too hard. I said, hey, he wants to be the best, so I'm gonna push him as he is the best. He made mistakes, we would correct him. From a young age, we would correct our mistakes, whatever we made.
They lived right across the street from the field house. We didn't live much further from there, so he spent most of his growing up years in the field house or in my office. So you've got to see him grow up from an early age, from when he was a thumb sucker to a 4th, 5th grader that was chunky, to a junior high student athlete, to became an outstanding Terry Ranger. So I saw him through the thick and thin.
You know, a lot of people don't know this story, but there was a spot over here on the outside of the fence where we used to crawl under. We used to crawl under the fence, and it would be midnight, you know. My mom would be asleep, nobody would know that we would even be out. And we'll crawl out here and we'll imagine we were playing football, you know, for the Terry Rangers. You know, we were playing, sometimes we didn't even have a football. We played with a bottle that we filled with rocks, and we'll play football at midnight until 2 o'clock in the morning.
It was dangerous because you did have to cross a somewhat busy street from their subdivision to the field house. And he would just leave the house. I had couches in my office, and I had a big jar of Red Hots. Called them pride pills because, you know, you get a pride pill if I had to fuss you or you were crying. He liked pride pills, and he liked jumping around on my couch and coloring on my, I'd take typing paper out and color and draw his hand and whatnot. And apparently one of those days, he was 4, 5, 6, that he was young. Grandma called, and Tim Takel, is that boy over there? And so I hadn't seen him. You know, I'm kind of yanking her. Hadn't seen him. I don't know. He's sitting right there in your office, isn't you? That was common. That was always common.
I wasn't thinking. I guess I was just trying to go watch my uncle's practice, and I don't know. I just wanted to see them play football because that's all I wanted to do.
You know, and I found out about it. I would get on him. He'd say sometime, "Granny is like a warden. She's like a warden." So, but you know what? I wanted to be hard on him, so, you know, he would understand, and, you know, it would help him to be a better person, and it did. It worked.
Cleaned up in here. What's up? What's up, Doc?
How we doing, sir?
Yeah,
Doing all
how
right?
you doing? Yes, sir.
Good.
What's up? Good.
What's up, baby?
What's up? Chilling. So with this right here, like all state players, got my got an uncle, one uncle here, my other uncle Vance, him, Darnell, my other uncle, Antoine up there. These are the guys right here I played with, but unfortunately I didn't make all state, but it's all good. I didn't even know I was up there. Military most valuable player. That's new to me, you know. Mate, I got a touchdown career. I got the most up here so far. Yeah, I got a lot of uncles. Antoine, he got most of the passing records. Darnell, he got the receiver record. Uncle got the most interceptions. Yeah. Whole family up there, really.
I think we put a stamp on this program. I mean, because so many of us has come through. It's almost to the point where people associate, you know, Terry with the Jackson McClain family, just because so many of us come through and so many of us has been successful playing.
They didn't back down from work. They didn't back down from sweating. That started with grandpas and grandmas, and it went down to the uncles and whatnot. And I didn't say they didn't complain or they didn't bemoan the fact, but they knew at the long run you had to pay the piper.
I would say my family around Rosenberg, Richmond area, we was #1 family to come through this whole town, you know, my family.
They don't miss very many Terry events. They don't miss the Fort Bend County Parade. They don't miss, whether it's basketball, football, track, baseball, softball, they don't miss the events. They attend.
He loved the game, you know. He loved it from, like I say, a little bitty boy. So I don't think he was pressured into living up to the McClain name.
Yeah, that's how it is. We were very well known just from football and sports. It's just everything we do, we compete. No matter we go and play kickball, we trying to win. We go play baseball, softball, we trying to win. So this is where our junior varsity play at. I ran track a little bit. Did a little something. Yeah, feel like this field right here, all this is where it all started for me. My friends, we worked that out here every day.
so many people, so many uncles who've been through it, and some of us that have done it the wrong way, some of us who just didn't quite reach it. Kishawn was that kid that he took all of the advice from all of us, and he took it and ran with it.
You could tell that he had older guys mentoring him in the game of football because of how advanced he was even as an 8th grader, and how much he knew the game and how much he was a student of the game. You could tell he had guys pouring into him. And so back then I knew he was special.
My favorite memory, I would say in junior high when I scored my first junior high touchdown for about 80, or just like a little toss play at running back. I just remember that game, I don't know why, it was just different. I think they had the high school head coaches out here and I was in junior high. I was trying to put on the show for them. So that was one memory I got on there for sure. And when I look at this field right here, all the hard work that I put in to get to the point I'm at now, I literally was out here after school every day. Me, sometimes by myself, some guys would just go home, not want to work out, but I didn't stop. That's the one thing, I didn't stop because I knew what I wanted. I feel like that field made me, I could say that. It made me, because that's where I put all my sweat, hard work, real hard work right there on that one field.
Sean, do you remember coming in when I was coming home from college and we used to work right here, we do mountain climbers and we used to run 40s and
everything.
This when you was in high school and I was in college. Yeah. Praying with me, man.
I'd say maybe 15, 20 bleachers up on his left side. And I look up and I already know I got a whole section.
Every year when I played, before I played, you know, even now, my mom and his grandma, both grandmas, they still come to games and they still sit in the same spot.
And then when I make a big play or something, that's exactly what I look to see. I like to see them go crazy. I know they having fun. I like to put on the show for them. And I know they enjoyed it. Favorite memory, I'd say my first touchdown, I think maybe about in this area right here. You know.
We moved him to quarterback. Our other quarterback had gotten hurt because he was a running back.
My favorite play, what was it?
Tackle guard.
Yeah.
Tackle guard.
You know what I'm saying? I fake it here. I read the DN. He'll come around my other running back. I read him. Faked it right here, read the DN. I just kept the ball, just ran. That was my favorite play. When I keep it, it's on. Going for about 6, I think I was towards the sideline. I stumbled a little bit, almost fell. Kept my balance and then went in, threw the ball to the ref, jogged out to the sideline, just seen the crowd going crazy.
Ends up rushing for something like 4 or 5 touchdowns in the game, throwing for 2 more, ran a punt back for a game-changing moment, and I think he ran a kickoff back, and he didn't come off the field and had a dozen and a half tackles.
I just stepped in and then that season took off from there.
It just shows he had that intuitiveness, that savvy, that football sense, because that's not taught. Either you have it or you don't.
Kishawn is just an overachiever. He always have been, and when he thinks about something, that's what he's gonna do. And he's just always trying to outprove himself and outdo himself. And people just look up, a lot of kids look up to him. I even have like my classmates, like she'll inbox me on Facebook. You can't believe I'm trying to get this boy ready for church and he's watching film on Kishawn. And I'm like, oh, really? You know? So, I mean, just a lot of people are looking at him and looking up to him.
When they talk about, you know, like guys like Kishawn coming from Rosenberg, little town of Rosenberg, and succeeding. And the whole beauty in all of it is that, you know, it gives the younger kids that are coming through now, you know, it gives them hope. Let them know that, you know, they can excel and come through Terry High School and be successful.
I want to go to the next level and play, but, you know, gotta leave it up to God, you know. If not, I want to go into broadcasting, maybe coaching. I just want to be around the game, regardless.
Be a knee-dropping moment. Be a knee-dropping moment. Give thanks for just that path, that journey, because that old adage, it takes a village to raise a child. It's a big village that's raised that child.
And that's the thing that I love so much about Kishawn's story, is that he did it the right way. He's doing it the right way. And so for him to make it would be such a blessing for us, so that we can always point to him. And I know that's a lot for one young man to have basically a whole community on his back, but if anybody can handle it, he can.
It makes me very proud to have him to represent us as a family and Rosenberg. It makes me very, very proud, and know that we have done something right.
Nothing any different. I grab him at the nape of his neck, my hands behind his head. I draw him close to me and kiss him on the cheek like I always have. He'd tell me I loved him, and I'd tell him he loved me. And keep getting after it. Keep getting after it. Don't settle for anything less than what you need in life.
I can just let it all out from everything that happened in my past till now. Like, just go crazy out here, that's it. Put on for my family.